first, don't hate on this comment. This person's being nice. I'm going to give you something to hate at the end. Oh, you're all going to hate the thing at the end. We can unite over that. But this comment cracks me up because if you look, and I've had to block some people, so you're not going to get all the comments, but there's like, I can't believe anybody's complaining. It's never crashed for me. And, and there's about 50% people doing that and 50% people doing, it crashes for me every single time I play it. I can't believe no one's complaining about it. Like, it's just hilarious that two different things could be happening and people won't believe the other person. And it's like, hey, if somebody says with their personal, like, hey, this is my experience, this is my lived experience, I tend to believe it, right? And it's often when I ask for feedback or when I talk about, like, hey, what do people think about this? I'm not asking for, like, the meta of, like, hey, what's the buzz about it? I'm saying, well, what do you think about it? Because that's the interesting thing, because that's the only thing that you can be true about, right? And I've had to delete a couple of people who are doing the big puffery statements of, like, everybody I know, right? And they're trying to build up their argument by trying to be inclusive to other people that aren't them, and making these imaginary people, right? I think it was Charlie Kirk used to always do the, hey, hipster coffee shop. And it's like, right? And it's the people who are like, they would choose bear? Really? Yeah, because you have no clue of that other thing, and you're being purposely obtuse to it. And so we see this in here, in a stupid video game comment section, right? Like, there's this back and forth, and the two sides are both having a lived experience that are opposed to the other and can't believe the other's having it. So you always want to be empathetic and say, man, thank God mine runs well. Sorry that yours not. Like, let's try to figure this out. Because I bet you if we sit here and look at it, because I see a lot of the same cards saying both positive and negative, it's probably something to do with, like, the GPU RAM, or it's what games aren't singular in what they push on, right? Sometimes they push on the GPU, sometimes it's GPU RAM, sometimes it's the CPU, sometimes it's the RAM. Like, who knows? Sometimes it's your hard drive speed. Those days are going away, though. But, like, right, so who knows? But it's just kind of funny to see these arguments go. So, like I said, it's really like 45%, I can't believe anybody's having problems, this game runs great. 45%, can't believe anybody can run it because it's running horrible. And 10% brings up what the other 45% all agree on, and that is everybody's like, fuck de novo. Right, and everybody, even if the game runs well, it would be happy to see that go away, which is true, right? I don't get why in a modern game that's connected online that you still use something that is so egregious as software like that to stop piracy. You want to stop piracy? Do a bunch of updates. That'll stop piracy, because people are like, oh my God, I gotta go download the whole thing versus just having it on Steam. Like, that's the way you stop piracy, not having horrible de novo. And I will delete your comments if you suggest people pirate the game, by the way. Sorry. Just don't buy it if you don't want to deal with that. But yeah, I wish they would remove it. But yeah, it is just, the comments are cracking me up, because it kind of mirrors stuff going on in other parts of the world. And you can kind of start to understand how those arguments go. And you can also start identifying people who are using dishonest arguing techniques.